Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College senior, Miss Nola Tolsma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nola Tolsma. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here in the campus of Hope College for tonight's women's varsity contest between the Comets of Olivet College and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Comets at one forward, a 5'10 freshman from Lowell, number 11, Bridget Garter. And at one forward for the Flying Dutch, a 5'9 senior from Scottville, number 12, Madison Gears. At one forward for the Comets, a 5'9 freshman from Hazlitt, number 34, Sydney Dennis. And at one forward for the Flying Dutch, a 6 foot senior from Fraser, number 22, Jacqueline Schwark. Starting at center for the Comets, a 6 foot freshman from Grand Rapids, number 12, Faith Talbert. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6 foot junior from Grant, number 21, Francesca Buchanan. At one guard for the Comets, a 5'8 freshman from Jackson, number 4, Grace Clark. And at one guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'10 freshman from Zeeland, number 20, Kennedy Schoonveld. And at the final guard spot for the Comets, a 5'6 senior from Ontario, Canada, number 25, Kadesha Taylor. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'7 freshman from Flushing, number 23, Lauren Newman. Olivet College is coached by Zach Engels. Hope College is coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this evening, Mr. Leroy Hackley, Mr. Pierre Tyson, and Mr. Kyle Stackhouse.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome inside DeVos Fieldhouse on the campus of Hope College. Steve Binning alongside Clayton Safey getting ready to bring you some women's basketball MIAA action as the Hope College Flying Dutch will host the visiting Olivet Comets. Clayton, it's good to be back. Good to have you back, man.
It's great to be back. Another season's upon us. Should be an exciting game here tonight. I'm excited to see what Olivet's going to do coming in here. They have not beaten Hope College since 1999, last century. So they're searching for a big win here at DeVos Fieldhouse. And Zach Engels in his second season, just 4 wins a year ago. But what a signature win it would be if they could come in here and upset the nationally ranked Hope College team here. Olivet 2-1 starting off their season, 1-0 in the MIAA. This is Hope's opener in the MIAA, so exciting matchup here tonight at DeVos Fieldhouse.
That's absolutely right. as we're getting the tip, I'll read off the starting lineups in case you missed them. For the Dutch, it's Gears, Schoonveld, Buchanan, Schwark, and Newman. And for the Comets, it's Clark, Garter, Talbert, Taylor, and Dennis. Dutch won the tip, and here's Schoonveld on the wing. She goes down low towards Buchanan. Buchanan misses the first try, grabs her own rebound, and now kicks out towards Schwark. Schwark thought about it, and now goes back inside to Buchanan. Buchanan, double team there, looked like a walk, but she got away with it, takes it up with the left hand. She finishes, and just like that, it's 2-0 Dutch.
Yeah, just a creative move by her, and it looks like Olivet came out in a 3-2 zone there, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Olivet the other way, drive. Wild shot off the glass, rebounded by Schoonveld. Schoonveld double team there. The press is on for the Comets. They got a hand on it, but that one will stay with the Dutch. Already, Clayton, we see head coach Zach Ingles quite literally right in front of me and the scorer's table. So very active coaching style as he's getting his team up and ready for that press. Jacqueline Schwark brings it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, now finds Schoonveld. Schoonveld for three, knocks it down.
Yeah, and Zach Ingles, coach, is not happy. He thought that was a travel there. I kind of agree with him. It leads to a three-pointer. He calls a quick timeout.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion based on what's going on. I believe it's a 30-second timeout. We're getting the signal now from the referee, but Zach Ingles, before that was actually signaled, was out on the floor. So
yeah, he was giving that travel signal there to the referees.
Definitely some frustration, but Jacqueline Schwark did come across, took a few steps, and like you said, Clayton, you may have had to agree with head coach Ingles, but missed calls, they happen. Yeah. And like I always say, hey, we're paid to talk, not paid to referee the basketball game. We'll leave that to the men in the stripes, and they tend to do a pretty decent job of it. Nonetheless, 5-0 after Schoonveld's three-pointer, and the Comets will bring it out. And it'll be Garter bringing it across for Olivet. Garter goes right. Matched by Schoonveld. Goes down low. This one to Taylor. Taylor with it. Now takes a jump stop. Lost the basketball right to Schoonveld. And Kennedy Schoonveld's bringing it the other direction. She has an open man. Instead, elects to go up herself. That one off the glass. Misses. And going to end up bouncing off of an Olivet Comet at the end of it. And this one will stay with the Dutch. Inbounds play coming up from Madison Gears. Gears goes to the corner. That's Schoonveld again. Schoonveld for three. Left that one short, but Short grabs the rebound, and then she's met there by number 12, Faith Talbert. A foul is called on Talbert, but Clayton, I think she got a lot of ball there.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think for Olivet's defense there is you cannot leave Schoonveld open in the corner. I know she missed the three-point shot, but it led to an easy rebound, and now free throws for Hope College.
Schwark, the first one won't go. In and out. Head coach Ingles once again having some words with our sideline official nearest us, Clayton. And Schwark with the second one up and good, so 6-0. 8:44 yet left in the first quarter. Here's Garter. Garter goes left. Splits a couple defenders, now goes up softly with the right hand. That one just left a little bit short, and the rebound comes down to Schwark. She finds Newman, freshman Lauren Newman out of Flushing. Now finds Schwark. Schwark looking for an option up ahead, finds Schoonveld. And Schoonveld kicks across to Newman. Newman now to the corner to Gears. Gears for three. That one up, left short, won't go. Rebound not touched by anyone. Good defense there by the Olivet Comets, and they'll take over possession.
And a good job by them of once Hope got it into the front court, Olivet transitioned to half-court defense pretty well, and that caused the missed shot there for Hope.
Here's Taylor, kicks out to Garter. Garter for three, that one won't go. Rebound by Buchanan. Buchanan immediately pressed there, finds Schoonveld. Schoonveld met by two defenders, and Newman now has it, gathers her dribble, and looks to bring it across the timeline. She's got to get across, and there's the 10-second violation called by the officials. So it'll be interesting to see how the Dutch respond to this early full-court press put on by the Comets. Of course, also interesting to see how long the Comets can keep this up, Clayton.
Yeah, John Wooden always said, be quick but never hurry. Hope there, just not quick enough. Need a little more sense of urgency bringing it up.
And right away, this one is going to be an offensive foul off the ball called on Sydney Dennis. So two quick fouls on the Comets, but they'll stay in that full-court press as it's inbounded to Newman. Newman looks to beat her defender to the spot. She does so nicely. And now Gears on the wing, kicks up to short. Buchanan down low. Buchanan met double team there, and she tosses that one into the front row across the gym. Another turnover for the Dutch. And this one will go back to the Comets.
Good active hands there by Olivet to force that turnover. Buchanan with hands in her face, not able to see her target. And that's a turnover like you said.
Here's Garter coming off the left. She hands it to Dennis. Dennis now will find Clark. Dennis from a straightaway three. That one up and good. Nothing but net. Good looking stroke from Dennis. And the Comets are on the board in the form of a three-pointer. Here's Newman. Newman gets that pass off as once again Zach Ingles wanted another travel there as she was trapped. But the foul is called instead on the Comets, and the Dutch will maintain possession and inbounds here.
Yeah, Ingles, fiery coach. I think it was a travel, but I think it was because she got pushed, and I think it was the right call.
Here's Newman up top. Hands off to Gears. Gears back to Newman. Now cross court to Schoonveld. Schoonveld goes cross court to Gears. Gears inside to Buchanan. Nice ball movement here by the Dutch. Buchanan underneath, tries to get it up, and now we're going to get a walk. This one on Frankie Buchanan as she took it up and just really couldn't get it out of her hands, and that forced her to take the extra step, Clayton.
Yeah, Hope had good ball movement on that against this 3-2 zone in the half court, but Olivet, those active hands, they trapped down low, and Buchanan with the travel.
Goddard kicks it off to Taylor. Taylor going right. Thought about handing it off to Clark. Instead now spinning, looking to deal. She does. Finds Clark up top. Now back to Garter. Garter wants to drive. And we're going to get a foul on the ball. Believe that was on number 20, Kennedy Schoonveld. And that is what the signal from the referee says as well. So now we'll get a substitution here. A couple substitutions for the Dutch. As Victoria Swift will check in. As well as 33, Heather Randall. And that'll be Schork and Schoonveld once more taking a break. And an inbounds play for the Comets. Underneath the basket, nice play there, nice looking pass. Tipped around rebound, and now we're gonna get a foul on number 4, Victoria Swift. I believe right away as she comes into the game. Just a little push underneath as she was bettered. I believe that was Talbot underneath who grabbed the rebound and then hit the floor. And now another substitution for the Dutch. It's Selena King, and for the first time as Lauren Newman will take a break. Coach Mo always loving to get as many girls into the game as he possibly can. Garter gets it into Taylor. Taylor goes up with the right hand, partially blocked on the way up. And now the outlet pass to King for the Dutch. King brings it across the timeline, finds Swift. Swift, couple steps here, has nowhere to go, and now puts the ball on the floor. Kicks across to Randall. Randall goes to Gears. Gears wide open in the corner. That one left short as well. And the long rebound comes down to Garter. Garter brings it across. Now picks up her dribble and hands it off to Clark. Clark, wide open three. That one back iron and out. Rebound tipped around. Lack of communication by the Dutch. And this one will stay with the Comets. So we talked about it in the pregame, Clayton, how, the first MIAA conference game is going to be a tough one for any team to win, no matter how good you are. And we're definitely seeing that here early on for the Dutch. Just a little bit of added nerves, if you would, and just some miscommunications here and there. But see if they can settle down as we continue.
Yeah, and I think we would look at it a little differently if a couple of their three-pointers that were open would have went in. But nonetheless, that's the name of the game. You got to make your shots, and Hope's not doing that early on.
That's right. Here's Dame, who's into the game for the first time. And her shot won't go. Rebound by Clark. Also into the game is Jungle. Step back here by number 11, Bridget Garter, and she knocks that one down. Clayton, that was pretty.
It was, and she's been active when she has the ball, looking to score. This is an aggressive Olivet team, especially offensively. And with that press on defense.
King straight away from three. That one misses left. Rebound is brought down by Jungle. And now it's brought across by Garter. Garter with the long pass. A couple more passes here, and now it's 3. Dame who will line up from outside. That one won't go. And a rebound by Buchanan. Buchanan goes to King. King guarded closely by Clark. She's got to get it across. And there's the 10-second violation. So once more, The Dutch looking confused as Selena King picked up that ball and goes back to Brian Morehouse as if asking what to do. And the Comets will be here.
Yeah, a little bit too much weaving, and you either got to have somebody come up and relieve you, or just get it north and south across the timeline there.
Here's Garter. Garter finds Dame. Now Dame down to Taylor. Taylor with the left hand drive, lots of contact, nothing doing. Rebound by Voskuhl. Voskuhl kicks up to Swift. Now Swift with the right hand takes it up strong. A whistle, and we're going to get a walk as Victoria Swift is called for the travel. Thought there may have been an offensive foul there, as I think the defender beat her to the spot.
Yeah, I think it was one or the other. I couldn't see her feet, but Swift tried to jump stop there, but maybe kind of skipped a little bit, and probably a good call over on the other side by the official.
That's right. We're trying to keep up with the substitutions here. It's Shannon Dingman into the game for the Comets, as well as Jessica Moorman, who checked in a few plays ago for the Dutch. Here's Dingman on the wing for the Comets. She hands off to Dame. Dame comes right. Now goes into the corner. That's Taylor. Taylor faking left, now going right. Pulls up with the right hand. That one's going to fall. So the Comets have a lead 8-6. They've dug themselves out of a 6-0 hole here early on.
Yeah, they've done a great job. That was a great move to get in the middle of the floor and step back there. Get themselves a lead.
That's right. Here's Randall. Kicks down to Moorman. Moorman for three. That one's going to be long. And the rebound stays in bounds. Heather Randall able to save it there. Great extra effort play by her. And now Selena King steps into the paint and pulls up, and she'll knock that one down. Nice looking take from the sophomore out of Cincinnati. It's 8-8. Selena King getting the Dutch back into this one. Taylor brings it across for the Comets. She hands off to Clark. Clark spins left, now back to Taylor. Taylor has the baseline, pulls up, but she's blocked there by Moorman. Whistle goes. So that'll be the first on Moorman, third on the Dutch, and the Comets will maintain possession here in the form of Taylor at the line shooting two. First one up and good from Taylor. Second one on its way. That one up and good as well. So Taylor good from the line. It's 10-8, Comets. Here's Randall with it, picks up her dribble, goes up top to Moorman. Moorman, nice pass to Swift. Swift with some room, now takes up strong, but she's blocked there by Jungle.
That's the right idea there by Swift. If you're Hope and you break the press, you want to break it and look to score. You're not looking to just get it over half court. You want to score out of it. They had a 2-on-1 there.
Here's King going towards the lane, and she's going to be fouled hard there inside. So Selena King will be at the line to shoot two. Once more, some good ball movement by the Dutch. But Clayton, correct me if I'm wrong, but just seems a little bit rushed down there for the Dutch so far. You know, maybe it's the press. Maybe it's just, again, those nerves with the first NCAA game.
Yeah, and I think Olivet is speeding up this Hope team. And at times, you know, the time it takes to get it across half court, I think, also speeding up Hope once they get in the half court. They're taking time off that shot clock and not letting them get their full offense in. That's a great strategy there by Coach Ingles and Olivet.
King good on the first, misses the second, but the rebound comes down to Hope. And now Swift on the wing, opts to go inside, and high arcing jumper from mid-range will go. So 11-10 in favor of Hope. 3:10 left in the first quarter. Now ball tipped loose, but quickly recovered by the Comets, and a nice drive inside. Crowd wants a walk, they won't get it. Shot want to go anyways, and now the Dutch will bring it the other direction. King met there by the trap. She kicks to Randall. Randall goes cross-court to Swift. Swift will eye it up from three. That one up, left short, won't go. Rebound by Voskuhl. Voskuhl took it up and going to be deflected out of bounds at the end of that. I believe that one came off of Taylor Jungle. So the Dutch will maintain possession as Jacqueline Schwartz checks back into the game. Inbounds to Schwartz. Heavily contested. That one won't go. And now the Comets bring it the other direction. Taylor has it. Picks up her dribble now. Kicks up top to Clark. Clark takes a couple steps and then hands it back to Taylor. Taylor now drives with the right hand, and it's going to be an offensive foul as the elbow came out and caught Swift on her way up. So Taylor just kind of dipped that shoulder, went in. Looked more like a halfback than a driving guard. Either way, we've got a stoppage in play. There's a couple more substitutions. It's Buchanan and Newman back into the game. And we're also going to see Erica Tolbert for the first time. In addition to that, on the other side, we're going to see Brittany McDuffie for the Comets. Shork has nowhere to go. Gets it in bounds now, and Tolbert catches across the timeline. Has a defender coming from behind, goes to Newman. Newman with the left hand, steps around a defender. Once more, a lot of contact, no foul. More contact underneath the basket. Bodies really flying everywhere. And eventually, Jessica Mormon just kind of found it in her hands and laid it right in. 13-10 Hope. Here's Garter with it. Tries to hand it off to Dame. Dame collects, and now we're going to get a foul there on Newman. And that'll be the fourth on the Dutch. First on Newman. It really looked like Dame was going to the ground no matter what there. It just seemed like she lost her footing.
Yeah, and I think she was cut off, and I thought it was good defense on that, but it is a physical game so far. We saw it on that end with bodies flying to the ground there, getting rebounds, and we just saw it right there.
McDuffie has it, kicks to Garter. Garter, who hit that three earlier, that one won't go. Rebound by Buchanan, hands off to Tolbert. Now Tolbert lost possession of it. Dame with a nice steal there, and if they quickly go, the Olivet Comets will have a rush here, and that's a nice take down low. That one was by McDuffie, but the rebound came down, and Madison Gear stepped out of bounds, trying to get that pass off.
Yeah, and the effort from this Olivet team is impressive. We see it on the defensive end. You see it on the offensive end with how aggressive they are driving the basketball. But, man, they're putting themselves in a good position here. Just down 3, but they're frustrating this Hope College team. You see another turnover there.
That's right. Here's Dame to inbound. She goes up top to Dingman. Dingman for 3. That one won't go. Buchanan with the rebound. Buchanan looks around, goes to Tolbert. Now Tolbert to bring it across. She's chased by Dame. Tolbert now slows up. Looks over her options. Now Gears in the corner. Back up top to Shork. Shork thought about it. Kicks off to Mormon. Mormon goes down low to Buchanan. Buchanan with the right hand. That one rattles home. Frankie Buchanan gets the Dutch up to 15. It's 15-10 here. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was one of the more patient possessions by Hope. Also one of the better possessions leading to an easy 2.
Dingman has it and eventually tied up by Tolbert. Comets will keep possession here. And Schoonveld's back into the game, this time for Jessica Mormon. Carter inbounds to McDuffie. McDuffie finds Dame. Dame with the right hand. A little bit of a Euro step, but she's partially blocked by Buchanan, who then grabs that rebound, and she brings it up to Tolbert. Tolbert working on her defender. Now goes out wide to Schwark. Schwark gets a screen. And back outside to Tolbert. Tolbert for 3. That one up and good from the corner. She knocks it down. 18-10. 29 seconds in counting for McDuffie and the Comets, who brings it across.
It's a big shot to extend the lead.
McDuffie with the left hand. Goes into the corner. It's Garter. Garter brings it across to Dame. Dame goes left, now right. Lost the ball, and now Schoonveld brings it out for the Dutch. It's a 3-on-1 for the Dutch. Drop pass for Buchanan. Buchanan strong with the right hand. She lays that one in, and the Dutch are up 20-10, and I think that's going to do it for our first quarter here with 2 and 1, but the spot up from Garter is going to be left well short from just inside the timeline. So like that, a wild, wild ride there through the first quarter. Barely feel like I can catch my breath, Clayton.
Yeah.
But at the break, 20-10 in favor of the Dutch.
Yeah, ending on a 12-0 run for Hope. That is the run that they needed. Olivet was sticking around. They had that lead 10-8, and they would have had a lot more confidence going into the second quarter if they would have stopped that run earlier.
Absolutely. And during our break, we're going to send it over to our sponsors, Lawrence and Vanderswart, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds.
We've intentionally never had minimum account sizes. Our philosophy has always been, if you're willing to put in the work and we'll collaborate and we set the plan in place and you're willing to go along with this plan and to put forth effort to this plan, we're happy to work with you. It's what we love to do. And so we have people coming in from the very starting point all the way to, to the wealthy people. It's all different scenarios. Financial planning is not just for the wealthy.
Welcome back inside DeVos Fieldhouse. Steve Binnig alongside Clayton Safey as we're getting ready for the second quarter to get underway here between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the visiting Olivet Comets. 20-10 here in the early going, but it wasn't always the story as the Comets actually had a 10-8 lead with about 3 minutes to go there in the first quarter, and then the Dutch ended on a 12-0 run, as my colleague Clayton pointed out. Dutch looking to pick up where they left off with Schwark down in the corner who tries to go cross court. That pass is tipped, but made it to its intended target. And now Buchanan with the left hand made 3 defenders miss with 1 move and then lays it in. 22-10 for Frankie Buchanan. She has 8. Here's Garter. Garter kicks off to Dennis. Dennis goes cross court back to Garter. Garter a little bit of a hesitation dribble. Then hands it off to Clark. Grace Clark spinning around, looking for options, spinning once more. Doesn't really know where to go with it, and now goes right at the hole, lays it up with the right hand. That one left short, and the rebound comes down to Schwark. And now Tolbert will bring it across the timeline. She kicks down to Gears in the corner. Gears up top to Schwark. Now Schoonveld for 3. That one up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Garter at the end of it, and Garter will bring it across for the Comets.
And with that aggressive defense Olivet's going to run, you're going to get some open shots like that. It's just a matter of knocking them down or not.
Taylor goes back outside towards Garter. Garter lost the ball for just a moment and now hands it back to Taylor. Taylor goes down low. That one inside to Talbert. Talbert couldn't get it to go, and Buchanan grabs the rebound. Now Tolbert coming up the right side, finds Schoonveld. Schoonveld jump stop inside to Buchanan. That's pretty, won't go. Buchanan tips it away, however, and maintains possession for the Dutch. And now she tries to go inside, but no one was there. And now Grace Clark will bring it across for the Comets. Clark thought about going all the way to the hole, but elects to come back out to Garter. Garter goes down low to Taylor. Taylor coming around the wing, and we're actually going to get a travel there by Taylor.
And for Hope, Frankie Buchanan is starting to take over this game. She's got 8 points, 10 rebounds now. She just got her own rebound, and then forced a bad pass on a turnover, but she's starting to take over down low, so keep an eye on that as Olivet continues to press here.
Here's Tolbert. Tolbert spinning to get across the timeline. And then she gathers her dribble. Nice job there by Erica Tolbert. Tolbert now comes left to Schwark. Schwark directing traffic back up to Tolbert. Now Schoonveld in the corner for 3. She's got the green light. That one back iron won't go. Rebound by Gears. Gears up with the right hand. Nice job there as Madison Gears lays in the second chance bucket. It's 24-10 for the Dutch. This run now up to 16-0. Taylor brings it across, finds Clark. Clark goes left, now with the right hand, takes it up, goes around Buchanan. Buchanan gonna get the foul called.
And Hope starting to settle in on both ends. Making it tough. I mean, that is a tough look right there for Olivet, and I think that Hope is settling in on that defensive end. On offense, they're starting to look for Frankie Buchanan and what she can do down low.
Clark at the line shooting 2. First one up and good, so that ends the run. It's 24-11, and we'll get 3 substitutions coming up for the Dutch as Newman, Randall, and Voskel are all back into the game.
Clark averaging 10.7 a game. Again, Olivet with 5 players averaging in double figures. Voskel got caught
That one up and no good from Clark. Voskuhl grabs the rebound, and now the Dutch will look to break the press and bring it across. It's Newman. Newman nowhere to go again. She's going east to west, but now gets across the line.
Nope, 10 seconds.
10-second violation called.
That's the third one of the game. Olivet is pressuring Hope. I don't think Hope has that sense of urgency. They got to look at the clock and see where they're at. They got to help their teammates out and communicate a little bit better on that, because 3 times it's inexcusable here in the early going.
That's right, and Lauren Newman, of course, a freshman. Maybe the first time that this Hope team has really been pressured this consistently. So just maybe an adjustment, that's all it takes. Here's Clark. Clark picks up her dribble, hands off to Taylor. Taylor now setting the offense, 10 to shoot. She goes left, back inside, ball tipped away, and we're going to get a kick. This one called on Gears. Actually don't know who the kick was called on. But the ball's going back to Hope. Clayton, I'm stumped. But the Dutch will try to bring it across now.
They just called it kickball on one of the Olivet players, which is rare on an offensive player.
Randall caught there, and then Newman trying to get out was fouled. So fresh shot clock as Newman finds the ground. And now Newman will catch the inbounds pass, and for the first time bring it across the timeline uncontested. She goes right then left. Now with the left hand lays it in. A little bit of anger taken out on that dribble drive there by Lauren Newman.
Yeah, and a great job. Nobody wanted to stop her and cut her off. Why not take it right to the hole?
That's right. Here's Taylor for the Comets. Taylor gives it off to Garter. Now down low to Grace Clark. Clark in the corner. Beats a couple defenders. Now, nice little step there. Looks like she took an extra step at the end of that. I think she may have just lost her footing.
Yeah, right idea by her to get into the paint, but lost her control there. A little bit out of control. Want to stay balanced in there and put up a good look.
Dame's back into the game for the Comets. And Selena King is back into the game for the Dutch. Here's Schoonveld. Schoonveld kicks across to Newman. Now Newman wants to go to King. King got a wide open Voskuhl down low. Voskuhl grabs and now goes up with the right hand. That one just left a little bit short. Rebound by Taylor. Taylor wants to run with it. She's got Dame up ahead. She goes to Dame. Dame with the left hand. Jump stop. Goes back inside, but this time only finds Randall, who will bring it across for the Dutch. And now King will bring it across. Couple crossovers, and then another whistle there by the officials has got a hand check.
Yeah, just a reach in there on number 25, Kadisha Taylor, and that'll happen when you're going to play that aggressive defensively. I don't think the coaching staff for Olivet has any problem with that foul. She came over to trap, and just a little reach in there.
Randall inbounds to Newman. Or Newman brings it across, this time closely guarded. Now Schoonveld on the opposite wing. She goes cross court to King. King brings it across to Newman. Newman back to King, down low to Voskuhl. And Voskuhl had a handful of jersey. That one on Voskuhl, as she had Grace White tangled up. And just like that, Grace White will check back to the bench. As Taylor Jungle finds her way back in for the Comets. Garter brings it across, leaves it for Jungle. Jungle goes right then left. Now Taylor. Taylor picks up her dribble. Back to Jungle, who spots up a three. That one low, won't go. Rebound by Voskuhl. And now Newman will bring it across. About halfway through the second quarter. King now setting the offense, goes to Newman. Newman, little head fake, goes cross court, was caught in the face. Nothing called by the referee. Schoonveld got it down low towards Voskuhl. Ball on the floor now, and we're going to get a jump ball called.
A great help defense there by Garter. She stepped into the middle of the floor after the skip pass. Very quick. You got to move when the ball's in the air. And she did a great job of that, forcing another turnover for Hope College. Turns it back over to Olivet and a timeout.
Right. So possession arrow favors the Comets, and they'll take a full timeout. So a chance for us to maybe catch up on a few things that have been going on in this game. Some game leaders for you. Frankie Buchanan has 8. That leads all scorers. On the other side, it's Taylor who has a couple buckets with 4. Fouls, no one really in foul trouble here early on. A couple with 2. Taylor, of course. Grace Clark has a few. And on the Dutch, just a handful of players with 1 foul. Both team foul counts are at 2 here as we're halfway through the second quarter. And you have to wonder, with the energy that Zach Ingles brings, and Clayton, you said it, just the energy and really the dedication of the Olivet team is quite impressive from the outside looking in.
Yeah, and they kind of feed off of the demeanor that Zach Ingles has. He's a fiery coach. He's been in the ear of the officials all game. He's also been in the ear of his own players, motivating them, encouraging them. And he brings that style of play to his team. Their strategy is they want to pressure you. They want to make you uncomfortable on offense, pressure the ball, trap, and things like that. On offense, also, they like to drive it in. Sometimes we've seen them drive out of control, but their aggressiveness has led to a couple of their buckets. Now they just got to knock down some of the open shots that they're creating with their dribble penetration if they want to stay in this game here with Hope. It's an 18-1 run that Hope has here.
It's going to be tough for any team to come back from. Here's the Comets, though, out of the timeout. It's Jungle with the right hand. That one won't go, but she grabs her own rebound now. Takes it up strong. Scoop shot won't go. Another rebound for Jungle. That one misses as well. And this rebound comes down to Taylor. And held ball as the possession arrow favors the Dutch. So 3 opportunities for the Comets there.
Yeah, you see the aggressiveness again. That time on the offensive glass. Getting 3 offensive rebounds, not leading to a bucket, which is disappointing if you're Olivet.
Newman has it. Goes back to Randall. Now Newman once more. Newman tries to bring it across. That one turned over right to Dame. And now Dame goes up with the right hand. Now Dame brings it inside. That one to Jungle, who fumbled it for a minute. Finds McDuffie. McDuffie well long from outside. And we're going to get a foul called on Randall as a referee calls the reach around.
Yeah, and I don't like that one. Both players were just going for the ball. Of course, there was contact there in the corner of the court there, but that's a tough one. Little ticky-tacky foul there.
Down low towards Jungle off the inbounds play. Misses everyone. Dame has to chase it down. Dame comes right, now left. Up strong with the right hand. She ran right at Newman. And Newman took the brunt of that one again. And she'll also pick up the foul.
Yeah, Newman's heels might have been in the semicircle there, which would lead to a defensive foul. Looked like she was there, but possibly within that semicircle, and automatic defensive foul if there is a call.
Short and Buchanan will be checking in for the Dutch. First one up and good from Dame as Voskuhl and Newman and Randall will take a break. Missed Erica Tolbert amongst the trees checking in there. First one up, and second one up and no good, but we have a lane violation as Frankie Buchanan just got a little bit early, stepping in there.
Yeah, she just came back in, maybe a little too excited there. Stepped in early.
Dame, this one rattles home. So 26-13, and Jacqueline Schwartz needs to get this inbound. She gets it to Swift, and timeout for Coach Moe and company, as he didn't like the looks of that one, and I can't blame him. 30-second timeout for the Dutch, 26-13. So the Comets able to find themselves a couple more baskets, but still down by double their own score. It's 26-13.
And one of the things I like about this Olivet defense is they're making it hard for Hope to pass it in. They're making it hard for them to get it up the court. Things that you don't think twice about in a regular game for teams that don't press in most games. So it's making Hope think about things a little bit more. I think that they've missed some shots because they've been rushed by this Olivet defense. Now, of course, Hope still has a 13-point lead, and they're getting a little more patient on offense. But Olivet, I think they're doing everything they can defensively to get this Hope team out of their regular game.
Here's Schwartz to inbound once more, and sometimes that's all it takes, Clayton, just getting a good team out of their game. Here's Schwartz, lost it for a moment, now hands off to Tolbert. Tolbert wants to run with it. She skips past a few defenders, and then we're going to get a reach in. That one called on Garter.
Even there you saw, I mean, Hope struggling to bring it up. They did have an advantage there after they did, but they're making it hard for them. It's not easy out there.
Here's Schwartz. Now into the King in the corner. He goes to Swift. Swift back to Tolbert. Now Schwartz from the opposite corner. That one up and good. 29-13 in favor of the Dutch. They're starting to pull away here.
Yeah, great ball movement on the outside, finding Schwartz in the corner.
And a three-point try from Olivet won't go. Rebound by Tolbert. Tolbert brings it across, couple hesitations. Able to skip past the defenders. Now Swift has it and goes back up top to Tolbert. So a few patient possessions maybe here for the Dutch. Swift on the wing. Goes back to King. King for three. That one off the glass won't go. Brought down by the Comets, and with 3:10 and counting, they'll have a chance here. Jungle goes back to Dame. Dame holds now with the right hand. Nice drive from the opposite elbow. That one up and good. 29-15. The Dutch break the press again, and here's Swift on the wing. She'll hold. Takes a couple steps back, and now back to Tolbert, and King inside to Buchanan. Buchanan triple teamed there. Thought she may have traveled, but now King gets it. Back up top to Schwartz. Schwartz goes down to Swift. Swift from the corner for three. That one's going to miss long. Rebound grabbed down by Garter. Garter goes right, then left. Now back up top to McDuffie. McDuffie goes left. Met there by two defenders. Dame thought about it from distance, but instead it's McDuffie. McDuffie kicks across all the way. That was Dingman, my apologies, struggling to find the name off my sheet. And now an immediate turnover by Tolbert. Just like that, Clayton, it's an 11-point ball game, 29-18.
Offense, defense, both of them working together there. You see the three-point shot. You see the turnover quickly. Now they have the ball. They have a chance here to cut it within single digits and get themselves back in this one before halftime. This is a big last 2 minutes and 11 seconds of this first half for both teams, but especially for Olivet staying in this one.
That's right. Going into the locker room, you don't want to be in an insurmountable position. Here's Dingman for three. That one would have got it to single digits, but she left that one left and short. And now here's Tolbert bringing it across. She goes to Mormon. Now Schwartz. Schwartz going to work, gives it back to Tolbert. Tolbert to Mormon in the corner. That one's going to miss just a bit shy, but the rebound by Buchanan back outside to Tolbert, who goes down low to Schwartz. Nice looking pass there from Erica Tolbert, and Schwartz lays it in. Minute and a half to go. Here's Jungle pulling up off the dribble. That one won't go. Rebound. Thought it was going to come down to Garter, but then she lost her handle. And now Tolbert brings it across. And back to Schoonveld. Schoonveld with it, makes a defender miss, takes it up strong, but had it stripped away by Jungle, and the pass up to Garter just can't be collected. And this one will go back to the Dutch. 1:11 to play here in the first half. Tolbert brings it across for the Dutch. Now Schwartz. Schoonveld on the wing. Goes to Mormon, who's running the baseline. Back up top to Schoonveld. Schoonveld brings it out. And back to Tolbert. Now Schwartz. Tolbert up top. Goes down low. She's got Mormon. Back to Schwartz. Schwartz for three. That one up. No good. Back iron. Rebound pulled down by Olivet. That's Dingman with it. And she gives it to McDuffie, who goes up top to Garter. Garter for three. That one not going to go. Tipped around and eventually pulled down by Buchanan, who finds Tolbert. Tolbert with 30 seconds to go. but that one stripped away by McDuffie and then left out of bounds. So a 5-second difference, roughly about a 5.2 second difference between shot clock and game clock.
A big possession defensively here for Olivet. Like you said, 22 seconds on the shot clock, 27.2 on the game clock. You don't want it to be 15 or 16 here as the score heading into halftime. You want it to be 13 with a possible 5-second difference there to score your own.
Here's Tolbert. 12 to shoot, 17 to go. Tolbert thought about it, goes inside to Mormon. This one tipped around, and it's going to come off Buchanan at the end of it. So the Dutch will have a chance here with 11.3 and a couple substitutions before that for the Comets as they want to steal away a few more points here before heading into halftime. McDuffie will bring it into Garter. Garter brings it across. Now hands off to Jungle. 5 to shoot. Jungle wants to run with it. Takes back to Dame. Dame for 3. That one up. Won't go. Rebound by Buchanan, who hands it off to Schoonveld. Schoonveld gets this one off, but going to be left short. And at that, it's halftime with the score 31-18 in favor of the Dutch. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. For Clayton Safety, I'm Steve Binnig. Stick around for a couple words from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
My 32 years, I can look back at clients and realize that when I started with them in my mid-30s, I was one of many professionals in their life. But since then, their doctors retired, their attorneys retired, their ministers retired, all the key people in their life retired, but we're still there. And over time, we end up being very, very close to our clients. It's very hard to talk about your financial history without talking about your family history. We get to know it, we keep it confidential, and you can't help but begin to love these people.
Welcome back inside DeVos Fieldhouse. I'm Steve Binning alongside Clayton Safey. Got about a minute and 45 until we kick off action here in the second half between Hope College and the visiting Olivet Comets. But at the halftime score, it's Hope 31 and Olivet 18. Clayton, really a tale of 2 quarters there. It wasn't until about 3 minutes left in the first quarter that it seemed that the Dutch settled down, and they went off on that ginormous run over Olivet, who of course added a couple buckets at the end of the half to keep this one close. But what were you seeing there as we head into the second half?
Yeah, I think the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter was Hope College and them being patient in the second quarter when they got into their half-court offense. Olivet continued to be aggressive. They continued to force turnovers in the backcourt. But when Hope got it into the half-court, they were patient. They made the extra pass, found some open women in the corner. Frankie Buchanan started to take over down low a little bit, getting some open looks. I think the difference in those quarters was Hope College. Now, Olivet wants to continue to be aggressive on defense and force those turnovers. Offensively, I think they need to move the ball a little more. They got a little stagnant and kind of a little out of control driving in. I think if they start to make the extra pass and slow it down on offense like Hope started to in that second quarter, they could climb back in this one. But Hope just wants to get the ball over half court. We saw them have 3 10-second violations. Get it over half court, and once you do, start to move the ball around and work this Olivet defense in the half court that hasn't been as good in the half court as they are pressing full court.
That's right, and you talked about Frankie Buchanan starting to take over. 8 points, 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
Clayton, when you looked at me and said she had 10 through the first quarter, I could hardly believe it. So she's just been dominant on the glass. Both teams coming out and getting ready to roll here in the second half. Starting lineup in the second half, same as the one in the first half for the Dutch. So that makes it Schoonveld, Gears, Newman, Schwark, and then Buchanan. And then for the Comets, we've got Taylor, looks like Garter out there, as well as Dennis, Clark, and Talbert, rounding out the 5 for Olivet College. Here's Dennis. Dennis brings it across the top of the key and now kicks to Clark. Clark looking for an option. Dribbles in once and then lost it, tipped away. That one hit off of Newman, but actually going to be called in favor of the Dutch. You saw Newman smile there, so it's always able to tell what actually happened on the floor if you look at the players, and definitely that one came off of Newman. So just a missed call there, but the Dutch will take over here for their first possession of the second half. Newman kicks down to the corner to Schoonveld. Schoonveld back up top the Gears. Now Newman, who runs the baseline, has a wide open 3 from the corner. That one left short. Rebound not touched by anyone and comes to Schwark. Jackie Schwark now kicks off to Schoonveld. Schoonveld driving, and she just raises it up with the right hand, lays that one in. Not even contested. She blew right past the defenders there. Now Clark, other end, wide open jumper from about 20 feet. That one won't go. Back outside, that one to Garter. Takes her time with it, but she left that one short. Rebound, none other than Frankie Buchanan.
Yep, that's 14.
Schoonveld on the rush, finds Gears. Gears able to stop, pop, and let that one go. 35-18. So picking up right where they left off, the Hope College Flying Dutch coming out hot in the second half. Here's Taylor. Taylor leaves her for Clark. Clark from the elbow. That one long, won't go. Rebound by Buchanan.
Yep.
She's got 15, and she hands it off to Newman, who's fouled on the double team.
Yeah, last possession. That was a good look by Clark. Getting to the middle of the floor. Nobody in her face, just wasn't able to knock it down. I think she's had a couple times where she's dribbled it a little bit too much tonight, but that was a good possession by her. Let's see if Hope will be able to bring it up here against the press. They've struggled.
Schwark gets it into Schooneveld. Schooneveld immediately doubled, goes back to Schwark, but before it could get there, tipped out of bounds by the active hands of Taylor Jungle.
Coach Ingles is about just as happy with the deflection on that bench as he is when his team makes a basket. That's how important defense is for this Olivet team.
Nice job there by Schoonveld. Schoonveld wants to go all the way, but leaves it instead for Buchanan. Buchanan with the head fake. Now spinning, goes up with the right hand. That one won't go. Grabs her own rebound. Back down to the floor, trying to put it back. She's fouled on the way up. So Frankie Buchanan with the chance to get in here into double figures at the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, she's just padding those rebounding stats now, throwing it off the backboard to herself. It's a little unfair there. but a great spin move to get herself to the middle of the floor.
Frankie knocks down the first. You know, Clayton, I didn't want to sell her out on that, but that really is what it looked like. She just threw it off the glass to herself, collected, and then went up again. But hey, second one on its way, up and good. 2 points. He'll get him as he can, and Frankie just wants to do it the tough way. 37-18 as we continue. 8:15 left in the third quarter, rather. There's a nice drive by Taylor as she drove right past Schwark, lays that one in. Now the inbounds play goes to Schoonveld to Newman, who's cutting across the floor. And Newman's going to get doubled, but she gets out of it. Hands it up to Schoonveld. Now Gears on the wing. Goes down low to Buchanan. Buchanan back up top to Schoonveld. Schoonveld for three. That one up and good. Knocks that one down. It's 40-20. And the Dutch have come out firing here in the second half.
That's just inside out. Buchanan was double teamed. Found Schoonveld on the outside. Great job of her recognizing that. Understanding there was two girls on her.
Taylor goes in the corner to Dame. Dame up top to Jungle. Jungle steps inside the perimeter and then has a go. That one won't fall. And a long rebound eventually comes to Schoonveld. Schoonveld grabs it and has Buchanan well ahead of her with no one around. Buchanan going to take her time, but she misses the layup and then takes it up strong with the left hand and is fouled.
But she got a rebound, Steve.
She did grab a rebound, Clayton. And at this point, I mean, hey, this is just comedy. I think the rebound gods are out to help her out.
Yeah. She's got a big smile on her face. She has a lot of this game, and can't blame her with the way she's playing on the boards. Also scoring-wise now. She's into double figures. Got 11 now.
First one from Buchanan up and good. Victoria Swift's going to check in, and also Grace White for the Comets. In addition to her, we'll see Shannon Dingman again. Buchanan up and good. So Frankie's got 12 and a handful more rebounds. Here's Taylor, wants to drive again. That one off the back iron but falls. And now Schwark wants to inbound, gets to Schoonveld, who kicks up to Newman. Newman brings it across. Working on Taylor, goes back to Schoonveld. Schoonveld directing her freshman counterpart Newman and now hands it off. Here's Swift. Swift back to Newman. Newman tries to go down into Schwark, but that one's deflected away by Jungle. Jungle running right at Newman, takes it up strong. That one won't fall. And the rebound by Schwark, who hands it off to Laura Newman. Newman's going to be her pass was deflected rather. And now she gets it across to Swift, and Swift is going to step inside right to the free throw stripe. She tries to knock that one down, won't fall. And back up top to Newman.
Good job recovering by the Olivet defense there. 3-on-2 for Hope. Missed shot, and they're right back in the half-court defense.
There's Schoonveld from the corner, tries to go inside to Buchanan, but it was tipped on the way. Good active hand defense there by the Comets. And now Dame bringing it across. She finds Jungle. Jungle from the wing. That one up, nothing but net. It's good. My apologies. That was Shannon Digman knocking down that three. Inbounds play to Swift, and once again, the Dutch are going to have some trouble getting this one across, but Schwark able to put the ball on the floor and get it there. And now she finds a wide open Newman. Newman for three. That one won't fall, and tipped out of bounds by Schoonveld. And a couple substitutions here as Heather Randall's back into the game, as well as Selena King. Taylor brings it across. Kicks off to Jungle. Now Dame. Dame goes down low to Dingman. Dingman in the corner. Now goes inside to Dame. That one was tipped away by Buchanan, and it's bounced around, but eventually gathered by Selena King, who hands it off to Schoonveld. Schoonveld goes right at Jungle. Nice little move there. Hesitation as she takes it up, and the freshman finishes strong, 44-25.
Yeah, 4-on-1, you better score, but Schoonveld with the creative move there.
Shot from Dingman won't go. And knocked out of bounds as it was contested between White and Buchanan. Last touch by Buchanan. And we'll see McDuffie again, as well as Olivia Voskel. So Buchanan's going to take a break.
Well earned, early with a double-double here.
And Dame will also take a break, but yeah, that's right. Frankie Buchanan with 16 rebounds and 12 points. And we still have an entire quarter and a half of basketball to play. And Jungle lost it on the way up, and one official pointed one way, but he got corrected from his colleague on the near side. So this one will stay with Olivet. 26 to shoot, 5:10 left in the third quarter. McDuffie with it. Gets it inside to White. White with the ball fake. Now back up top. This one to Dingman. Dingman leaves it off for Jungle. Jungle left that one short. Rebound by Randall. Randall able to collect to King. King gets it to Randall. Nice pass there to break the press. Now Randall goes back to King. King has Voskuhl. She can get it to her, but some active defense once more. And Clayton, you've talked about it all night. I asked early on if this Olivet team was going to be able to keep up this press, and they have. And the reason they've been able to do that is because their work rate on the back end is unbelievable to get into their half-court defense.
Yeah, and it's not like they're subbing in a ton of girls just in and out. I mean, this is the same group that's been doing this the entire game. You got to wonder if fatigue will set in at some point, but so far it hasn't.
That's right. Here's Taylor running the floor. She's definitely not tired, and she lays that one on the near side with the right hand, and a 30-second timeout.
She's been really, really aggressive with the ball all quarter. That's her third layup this quarter, and that's just because she's persistent getting into the lane and finishing, and Hope is just kind of watching her go by. They got to step up and stop the ball.
That's right, Clayton, and Taylor has most certainly had her way. I don't think she realized how, little resistance rather there would be there in the lane as she got to the basket. And now that she's kind of realized that she can have her way, Taylor started to move into the lane on the last couple possessions, and really that's the only reason that this score is somewhat respectable at this point. The Dutch will start with the ball coming out of the timeout. Randall will inbound. She's got help from Schoonveld and King. And the Comets are still going to stay in that full court press. Inbound to Schoonveld and immediately tipped out of bounds by McDuffie. A couple rebounds as Madison Gears and Jessica Mormon are back into the game. A couple substitutions. Set a couple rebounds, Clayton. I'm losing it. That econ test today really took it out of me. Randall goes inbound to King. King will break it to Gears. Gears down low to Voskuhl. Voskuhl lost her dribble. Now wants to take it up, but just ripped away by Jungle.
That's a quick whistle on the jump ball.
Yeah, that's what head coach Zach Ingles is saying directly in front of us, Clayton. And you could tell by your facial expression that you agreed with him.
Yeah, I thought that was just a clean strip there by Jungle.
Hope to inbound. Gears up top to Randall. Now King. King with it on the wing goes left. Now Gears brings it across. Back to King. King will spot up from a couple steps behind the line. That one won't go, but a rebound by Voskuhl. She takes it a little bit too strong. Rebound by Gears, who goes up with it, and she's fouled. So the second chance, and then the third chance opportunity for the Dutch, and Madison Gears will be at the line shooting two.
Yeah, and Hope using that height advantage to attack the offensive glass. Get points where you can get them. Good job there. They'll go to the line.
Madison will go back to the foul line. The Scottsville Mason County Central product on the season, 78%.
Gears gets that one to fall. 45-27.
She's been Hope's best free throw shooter so far in the early going.
Second one won't fall. She left it short, but Randall working hard for it. Eventually tips it out of bounds. And the Comets will take over right in front of the opposing team, the Hope College Flying Dutch's bench. Here's Dingman. Now McDuffie with it. Holds over her head and goes to Jungle. Jungle down to Taylor. Taylor for three. She can do it all. As Taylor knocks it down from outside. She's been working in the lane as we've been talking about, but knocks down that three ball. So another chance here. Here's a chance for the Dutch to break the press. They do so, and Voskuhl takes it up strong with the right hand a couple times. Won't fall. Mormon grabs the offensive board. And now Mormon with it. Little pump fake. Now puts it on the floor. Hands it off to Voskuhl. Nice looking play there between a couple of freshmen as Mormon made a defender miss and then made another defender miss with her eyes and hands it off to Voskuhl for the easy basket.
Yeah, and Olivet's just got to box out. I mean, when there's layups inside and Hope misses it, there's no excuse for getting it back.
There's Taylor driving again. This time she tries to leave it for a teammate, but was just on a different page than her teammate.
Steve, we've talked a lot about this Olivet press and the turnovers that they forced. They forced 16 so far. But at the same time, that's creating extra possessions for them. But at the same time, Hope's getting those possessions back on the offensive glass. And we saw it in the last few possessions in a row.
There's King stepping through a couple defenders, and Shobi fouled. She goes to the line. But you're right, Clayton. It's just been dominant on the boards. And not even just Frankie Buchanan, who we've talked about as well as jokingly talked about so far tonight. But really everyone on this team, even you said Olivet has to box out, and there's been a few opportunities on the offensive glass for the Dutch that have come when a ball has bounced untouched all the way back to the top of the perimeter and just picked up by the guard, oftentimes the guard that took that shot.
Yeah, 19 offensive rebounds for Hope. So they are making up those extra possessions that they've lost on some of the sloppy turnovers forced by that press. And it kind of evens out. And it comes down to who's shooting the ball better, who's moving it better, and that's Hope hands down at this point as they have an 18-point lead.
King got the second to fall, so it's 48-30. And Jungle brings it across. Lost the basketball, but then regathered. Now it goes across to Dame, and we're going to get a foul as that pass was getting sent off. And Heather Randall picks up the foul.
Yeah, Dame was spotting up for a three there. She was open. That foul may have gone in the advantage of Hope College there.
Frankie Buchanan back into the game.
Frankie Buchanan, she comes in with just a smile on her face. She's just having fun out here.
Absolutely. She stops to get the moisture off her shoes and always gives a smile to our official scorer, Jamie DeWitt. You just love to see it. Here's Taylor, kicks out to Garter. Garter with it, back up top to Dingman. Now back down to Taylor. Taylor guarded tightly there. Now Dingman has to reset, goes up top to Dame. Dame with another open look. That one off, hit the glass before the rim, but the rebound by Taylor, and Taylor lays it in. Erica Tolbert just had that one slide through her hands.
4 layups for Taylor in this quarter. She's been very, very active.
That's right. She's 15, and now the Dutch are going to have to run with it. Schwark has to get it across. She does. That one gets to Tolbert, and now Tolbert brings it across. Tolbert to the elbow, puts that one up, won't go. Rebound brought down by Jungle. Dame brings it across. Now Jungle in transition, the three up won't go. Rebound by Schwark.
That would have been a big shot if she was able to get that one to go.
Here's Tolbert. Tolbert gets it across and finds Schwark. Schwark to Newman, down to Buchanan. Buchanan with the right hand and one. She's fouled. She takes it up strong. A little bit more than just a smile there. She celebrates with her teammates, and Frankie Buchanan with 14 now at the line, trying to make it 15.
Yeah, with all the activity from the Olivet defense on the perimeter, the one constant has been Frankie Buchanan down low. So just staying down there, waiting for the ball to come to her. She's got in good position, find herself at the line once again, this time with and one. Knocks down the free throw.
Knocks that down, 51-32. Hope with a 19-point lead. As we've got 1:45 left to play in the third quarter. Jungle back to Taylor. Taylor wants to drive again. This time dishes out to Dame. Dame gets the baseline, goes up with the right hand, falls to the ground, but gets the finish. Nice take by Dame. Schwark has to get it in bound. She does to Tolbert. Tolbert now to Schwark. Schwark will bring it across, but she's caught from behind by Garter. Nice play there. And now Garter's going to go right at the basket and right at Schwark with the right hand. That one won't be collected, but Tolbert knocks it out of bounds. And once more, Zach Ingles is in the face of the official.
Yeah, this is as animated as he's been. Looked like there was contact with the body there, possibly a block. He's just going to sit down and calm himself down, but That's tough. He's been a fiery coach. I think his team feeds off of it. But he needed to settle down himself right there after that call.
And Zach Ingles now sitting at the opposite end of the bench. And Taylor with a wide open look. That one won't go as she stepped inside the perimeter. And now Newman has to get it off to Tolbert. Tolbert splits a defender, now splits another couple defenders, and hands it off to Buchanan. Buchanan can get that one to go, but she grabs her own rebound, takes it up strong with the right hand, and a foul is called as she was caught, I believe, from down below. As, yeah, Dame was on the ground, and she actually ended up tripping up Buchanan.
Buchanan just so under control down low. Sure, she misses her layup, but she's right there, balanced, ready to get her board. Maybe she's padding the stats like we joked about earlier, but under control, grabs it, puts it right back up, and draws the foul.
First one up from Buchanan, up and good. So she'll be now 6 for 6, looking for a 7 for 7 opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good thing anytime your center is 100% free throw shooter on the night.
Yeah, Frankie does it all, as we all know, but that one's going to miss, and she called it before it
was the curse.
got to the basket. But yeah, the commentator's curse comes through true. And now Garter brings it across. That one tipped away and eventually falls into the hands of Newman. Newman running with it. She's met there by 3 defenders. Well done by her to stop and find a better option. And now Kayla Russell with it on the baseline. First time she's been into the game, but she's going to get called for a travel with her first contribution.
I hope just needed to slow it down there. Continue to be patient like they've done it since the first quarter. They were a little bit rushed, and I think Russell just coming into the game a little out of control on the baseline there with the travel.
Grace Clark back into the game. Carter will let this one roll and then picks up and brings it across as we're under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Garter with the left hand, kicks to Taylor. Taylor back to Garter. Garter for 3 from the corner. That one won't go, rattles around, won't fall. And now Newman sidesteps a defender, and she's got a bunch of space open in front of her. Takes it up strong, and a blocking foul is called. This one on Taylor, as she just didn't have her feet set. But a nice play nonetheless by Taylor, trying to draw the contact and at least make it difficult. And now Newman's going to have to earn some points the hard way.
Now, Lauren Newman has played very well in the early going. First free throw, no good. Newman 6 of 2.
First one from Newman won't go.
She's committed just 3
Second one coming.
with 7 assists in the first 2 games, so more than a 2-to-1 assist to turnover rate.
It's on its way, won't fall. Rebound by Russell. Russell takes it up. That one looked like she may have been fouled. Couldn't get it to fall.
It was either a foul or a block by Jungle there. Nonetheless, Hope will keep possession.
Gears inbounds. Leaves it for Newman in the corner. Now up top to Russell. Tolbert opposite wing. She steps into a 3-ball. That one up and good. Erica Tolbert quietly having herself a game tonight, and she's got 6 points for the Dutch. Here's Taylor having a game on the other end. She is fouled on her way up, so with 8.7 to go.
That last possession by Hope, just another example of them scoring after getting an offensive rebound. And that's been big for them all night long. Second chance opportunities, so crucial.
Comets with a chance to inbound, and easy bucket there as Dingman just really walked past Gears. I think Gears missed her footing, and Gears limping just a bit, but that'll do it for the third quarter. It's 55-36. Hope still with a commanding 19-point lead. And before we can talk more about the basketball game, let's hear from our sponsors, Lawrence and Vandersworth.
Hit the road.
Honey, did you remember to bring the GPS?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you have an app on your phone to tell us how to get where we're going?
I do not.
Really? So you have an actual map, like the kind that are hard to fold? You just know where you're going?
No idea.
Don't be this guy when it comes to financial planning. LVZ Advisors. We'll help get you there.
Hey, we're all a little lost. Do you know where the lake is?
Welcome back inside DeVos Fieldhouse as Sweet Caroline is playing in the arena. We're getting ready for fourth quarter action. 55-36 in favor of the Dutch. It's Russell, Tolbert, Swift, Voskuhl, and Schoonveld out there for Hope, and for Olivet. It's Jungle, Taylor's out there, Clark, Garter, as well as Dingman for the Comets. Garter will bring it across as we're underway here in the fourth quarter of this one. Jungle on the wing, leaves it for Dingman. Dingman for three straight away. That one up and good. So 55-39, only a 16-point deficit for the Comets here. Schoonveld brings it across to Tolbert, and Tolbert gets across the timeline, crosses up a defender, now leaves it back for Schoonveld, who gives it to Swift. Now cross court to Tolbert. Schoonveld for three. That one up and good, but called back for the traveling violation.
I think just shuffled her feet a little bit there when she was catching it. Paying too much attention to catching the ball.
Happens to everyone on occasion. And
yeah.
I've talked a lot about over these past few broadcasts how impressive this group of freshmen for the Dutch are. But, I mean, you want to look over on the Olivet side. And a couple freshmen, Grace Clark, as well as Bridget Garter and Talbert, have all had significant contributions this game coming off the bench, as well as Sydney Dennis, who started for the Comets. And there's a freshman, as that was Bridget Garter, taking it in strong with the right hand, and she lays that one home. So freshmen on both ends doing big things for their teams here tonight.
There's no question. Garter's been one of those primary ball handlers for Olivet. Saw the score there.
From the wing.
Another freshman.
Great looking pass there from Swift. So an excellent pass by Swift, and that time Schoonveld made no mistake with her feet as she was setting up for that shot, and she knocks that one down. And now the defensive end gets her hand on the basketball, but it falls back to Taylor. Garter up top, directing traffic. She's faced by Russell. Taylor catches, now will shoot from the corner. That one left short. Rebound off of Russell's hands, then off her knees, rolls out of bounds.
If Olivet's going to get back in this one, they're going to have to make some of those three-point shots they've been shooting. It's as simple as that. On the other end, they want to box out. Don't let Hope get anything easy second chance-wise. But they're going to have to be pretty sharp here if they want to cut into this deficit.
Inbounds play, immediately a foul is called on Olivia Voskuhl. There was some contact. Don't know if there was enough for a foul, but again, the referee has the better angle on it. And now Buchanan will be back in for Voskuhl. He'll take a seat. Laura Newman also checked in during this dead ball. And Garter looks to inbound once more for the Comets. Garter throws this one over the heads of a couple of her teammates, and then a miscue of a pass, but right back into the hands of Garter, and now she's going to work on Schoonveld. Hands it off to Clark. Clark will spot up from three. That one high and arcing, but won't fall. Nice box out by Buchanan. Uses her strength to grab that one down, and now Newman hands it off to Schwark. Back to Newman, and Newman looks to bring it across. Finds Swift. And now Buchanan baseline goes up with the right hand, and she's fouled on the way up, and she'll shoot two. Clayton, I just want to comment on the Duke crew. Got a little bit distracted on that possession as they are impersonating head coach Zach Ingles.
Yeah, he's sitting up in the stands too, so he's impersonating them a little bit, sitting in the bleachers. I mean, he is behind the bench in the second row of the bleachers. I'm not sure I've ever seen that from a head coach.
Second one from Frankie Buchanan falls. And Olivet will bring it into their offensive end. A pass is tossed away. And now the Dutch will inbound again from underneath the basket. Clayton, I can't help it. I'm trying to talk through this, but this is pure comedy being put on by the Duke Crew right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, well, the Duke Crew, one of the best student sections in the country in Division III athletics, and they're putting on quite a display right now, Steve.
Not strong in number, but definitely strong in attitude are the Duke Crew here tonight.
Yeah.
Let me get a shot of them for you. Get a shot of Coach Ingalls as well at the same time. We'd be able to see exactly how they're impersonating him. But here's the Dutch making a long possession out of really nothing, and Swift from the corner. That one up and good, and that'll do it. And now Taylor brings it across. It's 63-41. The Dutch in control of this one as we're about to eclipse the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, Olivet going to need some magic here. They want to cut into this thing.
Rebound this time on Lauren Newman. That's her third. Checking back in for the Comets is Dame. Shawnee Dame back into the game. She'll inbound for the Comets. Gets this one into Jungle. Jungle working with the right hand. Now she goes up. Nice looking take there, but that one won't fall for her. And Schwartz grabs the rebound. Goes to Schoonveld. Schoonveld trying to break the pass to Swift. Swift now forcing up towards Voskuhl. Just a second too late on that. My apologies, not Voskuhl. That is actually Ashley Thomas into the game for the first time here tonight for the Dutch. Comets to inbound. This one goes up top to Grace Clark. Clark leaves it for Jungle. Jungle almost lost her dribble there. Now hands it back to Clark. And Clark goes up with the right hand. Foul this time on
Yeah, that's a tough call. I think she got bumped and took an extra step. I think that foul should either be on the ground or would have been
a traveling
travel there. Yeah, the shot was after 3 steps. So an interesting one there.
But I felt like I saw, but I don't know. Nonetheless, Grace Clark's at the line. Her second one's coming. Clark, couple dribbles. Eyes up. And that one on its way. Once again, these kind of double clutches from the Olivet free throw shooters have gotten some lane violations, but they usually knock them home anyways. Here's Schwartz, brings it across, and she's got King. King now on the wing, lost her dribble, and comes off to McDuffie. McDuffie actually put her hand on the chest of Lauren Newman and pushed off, but nothing doing, and now a shot from inside, left short, and the rebound comes to King. King goes to Ashley Thomas. Thomas can't collect it. White grabs that, and
yeah, it's backcourt.
It's going to be a backcourt violation as I don't think White really realized where she was on the floor.
Yeah, she gained possession just a little bit too early if she wanted to circle back around like she did. Fortunate there for Hope.
King brings it across. Hands it back to Newman. Now Schwartz inside the perimeter. Had a wide open lane to the basket, but passes out to Schoonveld. And now Schwartz back up top to Newman. Newman picks up her dribble, gives off to King. Schoonveld head fake, now goes up, right hand floater. That one left short, rebound by Thomas. Thomas with the right hand, nice looking footwork from the big down low. And Ashley Thomas lays that one in.
Good possession by Olivet on defense, but you got to be able to finish and allow the offensive rebound like we've seen all night. Just get a travel there.
Travel here by Olivet is another turnover. This one now going back in favor of the Dutch. Mallory Gerber out of Schaumburg is checking in. Kayla Russell's back into the game. As well as on the other side, it's Ashley Thomas, or my apologies, Taylor back into the game for the Comets. Here's Gerber with the left hand. She leaves that one short, and the rebound is on the floor now. And as Kayla Russell dove after it and then was fouled. So this one will stay with the Dutch, and nice looking play there.
Yeah, Brown not able to corral it and went after the loose ball, committed a foul.
Russell inbounds to Selena King. King for three. That one up and good. Nice looking take from Selena King. She's got 7. Now on the other end, it's McDuffie. McDuffie puts the ball down like a halfback, and she's going to be fouled this time by 2-4 Kayla Russell. And McDuffie will be at the line to shoot 2. Vanessa Freeberg into the game for the first time here tonight. McDuffie gets the second to fall. And now Kayla Russell will bring it across for the Dutch. Russell goes to Thomas. Thomas taking it up strong, but she was fouled before the shot. So a couple stoppages here, Clayton, as this one's winding down. Hope still in control. 24-point lead, 68-44.
Yeah, barring anything miraculous, they'll take home the win here, and they'll get their first win in the MIAA season here in their opener.
Thomas puts up one, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Gerber, and Mallory Gerber gets her first couple points of the evening.
Yeah, that's 26 offensive rebounds now for Hope.
Clark from 3 in the corner on the other end. That one won't go, but rebound by White. And that one tossed away. Now Freeberg coming the other direction, and she lost it. Dame took it right away from her. And now Dame coming the other way. Sutter step now with the right hand. She's fouled, up and good. Now Dame will be at the line to try to complete the three-point play the hard way. Dame, the free throw won't go. So the score remains 70-46. And now Freeberg and company bringing it the other direction. Russell tries to go down low, but deflected off of Dame out of bounds.
They don't look tired, Mike. No, they don't. And that's great conditioning, and they've had good depth, just like Hope has. And
Inbounds to Thomas. She's bumped from behind. Taylor Jungle just a little bit too aggressive there on that inbounds play.
Yeah, she's not happy about it, but there was some contact there, and they've been on the better end of some of those calls here tonight. Been very physical.
Selena King with a head fake, now tries to get the pass off, but it's on the floor as Freeberg has to pick it up. Goes back to King, and now Russell from the wing. Russell will spot up from 3. That one left long, won't go. Rebound tipped around, eventually comes off of Gerber. And Olivet with 3:50 to go in the ball game will have yet another possession. Shannon Dingman checking back in. As McDuffie will take a break. Taylor guarded tightly by Freeberg. Now hands off to Dame. 15 to shoot for the Comets. Dame goes right, then left, and we're going to get a foul underneath. This one on Taylor. And now we'll take the walk down. To the opposite end, I believe, because that's going to be foul number 5. My apologies, Clayton. Now they're in the double bonus on the next foul. Hope would go to the free throw line. Freeberg spins out of a challenge there and now finds Russell. Russell fakes the shot, now steps inside, back outside to King. King spots up from 3. That one up. Back iron won't go. Long rebound comes down to Clark. And she brings it across the timeline for the Comets. Taylor kicks out to the corner for Dame. Dame for 3 won't go. Trying to grab her own rebound. Lots of contact, no foul. Rebound eventually gathered near the free throws, or sorry, near the timeline, but the timeout was called before anything else could go forward, as Coach Ingles wanted to talk that over.
Yeah, good effort by Dame there to get on the floor, get that rebound, tap it out. And timeout here, 3 minutes to go. If you're Olivet, Coach Ingles, you wanna finish strong here, even though you're down 24 points. They're going to continue to play aggressive, continue to go for steals here. A normal team, you would say, you start playing some press defense, but they started as soon as the opening tip was off. So they'll continue to be aggressive here, and why not, down 24. But it looks like Hope College will end up winning this one. And again, we said it at the Open, Olivet has not beat Hope College in women's basketball since 1999. It looks like it'll stay that way at least for a little while here until the teams play once again.
Yeah, and if not looking at a schedule, but if I had to guess, next game probably won't be until 2018. So that streak will only extend. Here's Taylor. She goes up with the right hand. That one too strong off the glass. Rebound to Russell. Russell trying to dribble out of trouble. Now passes up to Gerber. Gerber brings it across the timeline and leaves it for Freeberg. Now Gerber, head nod there, back to Freeberg, up top to Russell. Russell goes left and right, now with the right hand, takes it up strong. She's fouled on the way up. Blocking foul this time called in Dingman. And with 2:36 left in the ball game, it'll be Kayla Russell with her chance at shooting a pair.
Kayla Russell's come in here. I know it's quote-unquote garbage time here at the end of the game with a big lead, but she's looking for her shot. She's done a good job being aggressive. I know she missed a couple shots, but she's gotten good looks, and she's came in playing well on both ends of the floor. You like to see that. Yeah, and a couple times last year we talked about the contributions of Tolbert and Russell as freshmen off the bench. As on the other end, it's Grace Clark knocking down a three-pointer, 72-49. But I expected, and again, we talked a lot about it last year with the likes of Gaddy, Angelique Gaddy, that is, and Paris Madison graduating. I expected Tolbert and Russell to step right into that role, Clayton, and they've still been coming off the bench this year, but they never fail to bring the energy. As an Olivet pass up ahead, as there's Tolbert getting down on the floor along with number 21 Dingman. But that one's tipped out of bounds, and now Olivet will have possession as we're just under 2 minutes to play. And checking back into the game are McDuffie and Talbert. And give both teams credit here. You're talking about the energy, the effort. They're both still bringing it. Hope, Olivet. Give Olivet credit. Some of these people, some of their players are ones that have been playing all game long, and they're still getting after it here. As you see Dame, she's been active all game long, got a lot of minutes, and still getting after it.
That's right. Dame back at the line to shoot another 2. As Thomas picks up the foul. Definitely a slow roll here at the end, Clayton. This last 5 minutes has most certainly been dragging out with the stoppages in play. First one up and good from Dame. She's got 9, so with this next opportunity, she'll be into double digits. Second one on its way, won't fall, so she'll stay at 9. Score remains 72-50. Ashley Thomas looking for an option. Goes all the way to Gerber. Gerber has an option in the form of Freeberger, takes it up strong, and she was just clotheslined on her way up. And I'll tell you what, Dingman looked at Freeberg. I just think she thought, hey, you're not getting to the basket here. So Freeberg's going to have to get her 2 points from the charity stripe. Might as well make them earn it.
Vanessa Freeberg, her hometown is Chatham, Michigan, which is in the central part of Michigan.
Freeberg knocks down the first, and for the first time tonight, we're going to see Layla Masinovich checking in for Olivet.
Part of the all-name team here in the MIAA. Good name.
Layla Masinovich. Had to talk about that one in pregame, Clayton, and have the opportunity to rattle it off. Freeberg good from the line on the second try, and Olivet coming the other direction. Dingman from the wing. She knocks that one down. So Dingman has 14, a quiet 14. She's knocked a couple shots down from outside. And now Tolbert working on the double team. Hands it off to Russell. Russell for 3. There's that link up we were talking about. That one won't go, but the rebound by Gerber, and with the left hand, she puts it home. So with 1:15 to go, it's 76-53. Nice take there by McDuffie. And just a timeout for substitution as Datriana Bonds checking into the game for the first time here tonight. Number 20, junior out of Plymouth, Indiana. Tolbert at the free throw line, leaves it for Gerber, who goes down to Thomas. Thomas with the right hand, takes it up strong. Nice move there by Thomas. She lays that one home, and she's got 4. We're under a minute to play here in the game.
A strong move there by Thomas over her left shoulder. It's a right-handed hook to go.
Here's Dame. Dame with the right hand, dribbling right at Thomas. Lower to shoulder, nothing called by the referees, and eventually Thomas ends up with the ball in her hands. I think it surprised her just as much as it surprised me. Russell crosses up a defender, now brings it across, leaves it for Gerber. Gerber doing it all from 3, knocks that one down from straight away. Mallory Gerber didn't even think about it. She just put that one up, knocks it down, 81-55. The Hope College bench loves it. And we're under 30 seconds to go, and a stoppage in play here as McDuffie took on Erica Tolbert, and she was fouled.
This Hope team still able to put up 81 points, even though they've turned it over here 23 times. They're still putting up their points. Didn't shoot a great percentage tonight here, as they just over 40% from the field tonight for Hope College. Olivet just over 30%.
McDuffie misses the first one. Second one up and good, rattles home. And now Tolbert bringing it across, and shot clock turned off, so you would assume that this will do it, as Tolbert will just dribble this one out.
Yep, Olivet calling off the dogs.
And so with 10 seconds to go, that'll do it. So the Dutch are going to improve, which we've known for a while, to 4-0, 1-0 in the MIAA. Olivet's going to fall to an even 500 at 2-2. But a respectable effort, and really just an effort full of energy for Olivet, and Zach Ingalls over there with the Comets. So for Clayton Safey, I'm Steve Binnick. Thanks for tuning in. Have a nice night, and as always, roll Dutch.